segment is a class, and we are going to look at family cycle. We are going to look at family cycle, and we have two objectives to cover in this class. Welcome to Class Online School, where we deliver educational stuff. In Class Online School, we bring learning to your home. We have different corners in this channel to help build your tutorial. Sex education, counseling corner, and your business corner, and then your normal school curriculum. We run the Nigerian curriculum from JS1 to SS3. Welcome on board. We're going to look at meaning of family cycle and describe the stages of family cycle. Alright, so every family has its own cycle. Some have their peculiar cycle. We do not have identical cycle. So if the cycle falls within your family kind of cycle, is fine. If it does not fall, see how you can put the stages, because at every stage you are involved. Okay, there are those who might not have children, but they are directly involved in helping other people raise their children. There are people who decide not to get married, but they still play a big role in relationship with others. So the family cycle might not be adaptable to everyone, but we are going to look at it from this perspective. So if your own family cycle does not fall on this, see a way you can put in your own stages of family cycle. What do we mean by family cycle? Family cycle is attached to the emotional and intellectual stages you pass through from childhood to your retirement age as a member of a family. That is what is called family cycle. The stage from when you are born to when you grow up, to when you go to school, to when you are an active adult who is working, to when you retire as an individual, is what we call the family cycle. Sometimes I call it the life stages. It's from when you come to life to when you retire, and when you retire out of this world. It's the life cycle. So family cycle is lacking to life cycle. But now let's look at it as family cycle. Maybe we'll get to our life cycle. How we're going to position in every cycle of our life. All things being equal, we are supposed to position well in every cycle we find ourselves, because we're going to find different cycle of our life. So we've seen what the meaning of family cycle means, the stages of life, the emotional and intellectual stages of life you pass through from childhood to retirement age. That's what family cycle is, which is the first objective. Now let's look at the second objective, which has to do with the stages of family cycle. I mentioned them: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 to stage 6. I'm going to term them the 6 stages of family cycle. Some people look at it from 4 stages, 5 stages, 10 stages, depending. But in this class, I'm looking at it from 6 stages. The first one is unattached adults. A process whereby you go into adulthood, you're working, you're living your independent life. That's the first stage of family cycle. Now, in this first stage of family cycle, you take care of yourself. And the little independent life, those who are dependent on you will think you want to take care of. But at this stage of your life, it's solely you. You look at your life, you're centered on you as a person. So from when you are born to when you're young adults, unattached, with less responsibility and living at the peak of your life, an active life at that. That's the first stage of family cycle. Then we come to the second stage of family cycle, newly married adults. At this stage of life, you talk of dating, you talk of courtship, you talk of commitments, getting married. And when you get married, you talk of teamwork, togetherness. And then at this point, the two of you think of your housing. Where we're going to stay? Are we owing? Are we renting? We're going to get a mortgage. You think of feeding each other, taking care of each other, clothing, and the responsibility that goes with all of that. So the second stage of life, or second stage of family, has to do with when you are newly married. From your dating to your courtship, to your involvement and your commitment and then to caring for each other and working as a team to achieve the goal that make the both of you to come together. That's the second stage of a family. And then we look at the third stage of a family, which is childbearing adults. At this age, your first child is on the way, you are pregnant, heavily pregnant, you give birth to your first child, challenges of parenting. A lot of challenges. Parenting in this aspect. You forget yourself sometimes because you're centered on the child. You forget your spouse because you're centered on the child as a mother. The child is your center, the center of your world. Takes away sleep from you, try to adjust. You're no longer that same person. Your work suffers, your personal activities suffer, your life is centered on another individual which you want to take care of. Second stage, and you have to come together as a team to parent this child, give the child the best health, emotional and otherwise, stabilize the child. And then the third stage is the preschool age. Now you've given back to the child is ready to go to school runs. If you're a parent, you know it's not easy to do school runs. Take the child to school, bring the child back, wake up early, prepare meals for them. They are sick, you want to take care of them, their homeworks, the after school curriculum. Parenting at this stage, preschool and during school age time, it's not an easy thing. Before they go to school and after they've started going to school. And so school age and teenager, you hit the hard rock when you are a teenage parent. The teenager comes with a lot of challenges. If you are not active on this channel, know that I will have sex education to help you develop your teenagers. A lot of issues that teenagers have today is associated with what the home lack. As a parent, as a guardian, please go and watch our sex education channel, sex education column on this channel. Type sex education, you're going to see a number of them, how to handle a teenager. How can I upgrade my grade? How can I be a better teenager? Avoid teenage pregnancy, avoid teenage parenting, avoid succumbing to the opposite sex. A lot of them. Go through the channel and you will get to see them. Okay, so at this stage, teenagers can be hard nuts to crack. Be a better parent who can crack that nut by leading them well. If you fail here, the adulthood is going to be shabby and problem for them. So be a good parent and help them transit from the teenage age to a better adult, because they are going to form their own family cycle. If you don't form it well for them, becomes a disaster in the future. So at this age, parents have a hard lot of work to do. Guide them on dating, guide them on moving out of the house, and children are out on their own to stand on their own. And then sex education, we're going to talk about dating. We're going to talk about we'll talk about dating and moving out of the home. Dating, literally. So come along in our sex education. Alright, now let's look at another area of family cycle that can be very challenging. Mid-age and retirement can be very hard. If you fall within this age, you find out that you're becoming weak. You're no longer that active adult. There is midlife crisis for women, menopause setting. For every other person, old age, arthritis setting, health challenges setting, inactivities setting because you're already getting retired. And then if the retirement money is not forthcoming, I don't plan well for retirement, the hard rock of how to manage your retirement fund and how to navigate retirement comes to you. And the quest that my life is gradually coming to its end become a reality in your life. So the family cycle has come, and then if you want to go to the seventh stage, the old age. But in this sixth stage, you talk about grandparenting, where your grandparents come home, you have to parent again, have to learn to adjust to tolerate young individuals again after many years of becoming a parent, have you passed that stage. And then you talk about how do you cope with retirement and being inactive that much. Health challenges comes as a result of that. And then the last stage that I didn't write there, dormancy and death. That's the family cycle for here. So for you here, unattached adults, newly married adults, childbearing, preschool age, school age and teenagers, mid-age adults, and retirement age. That is family cycle for you. Most of us do not know about family cycle before now. Hope this brings it to the know to you. Know each stage you fall in the family cycle. Are you an unattached adult? Are you newly married? Are you parenting newly? Are you taking care of teenagers? Are your children moving out of the home? Are you in your retirement stage? Have you retired? All of these are what the family cycle means. So we've achieved the two objectives for today's class, which is meaning of family cycle and the stages. Come along next time when we discuss other issues of our home management. This class is to help build you and your family. Hope you find value. Subscribe if you've not subscribed. Share the video if you think it's helpful. Give us a thumbs up to help our videos to be recognized by the algorithm and help us promote the channel. It was nice having you here, and it will be nice to have you next time. See you in the next class.